Shut up and sit down. Shut up and sit down.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Gunmetal Soul, our Savage Worlds Rifts campaign, where we are taking the players into the ruins of Philadelphia. All right, so thank you for joining us. There's no real channel announcements we need to make, except thank you for being here and being lovely people. So let's give our brief character pitches, so everyone can nail down the voices. All right, let's start with Hayden.
That's the sweaty.
Voices may or may not happen today. Hello,
We're
I'm
doing
Ryan.
voices?
We were doing voices. I mean, I kind of vaguely was insulting Fox. I think is what was happening. But anyway. So, hello, I'm Ryan. I play Hayden Delgado, your resident Deadland skeleton in different alternate America. Oops.
Right. And Sasir.
Hi everybody, I'm Dara. I play Cecile Voudon. She is the French-Canadian raccoon that everyone seems to really be enjoying, and that makes me really happy. Also, she steals shit a lot.
Raccoons are fun. All right, Adelaide.
Hey folks, I'm Fox. I play Lady Adelaide, Colonel.
Jesus fucking Christ!
I'm here to destroy Metal Gear.
Place 4? That was the
The
last
Different
memes.
campaign. That's a different campaign.
Anyway,
I'm a Cyber Knight.
All right, and Rainier.
Otacon.
I drifted
Riley,
into
and I think I
John
made a
Wick.
mistake signing on today.
I'm
I'm playing
mistake.
Rainier, who is the Fey Psy Warrior.
Excellent.
Psy Warrior.
I guess there's 2s, not 3s. Yeah.
I can mute
So-
Fox. Hold on. I'll just take care of that for everybody.
A sneaking mission.
Maybe. So, you have been
voice.
hired by the Temple Wizard, Carrie Nord, or Kyrie?
She's your NPC,
Kari.
You're
I know,
NPC.
but I've written it more than I've said it out loud. It's Kari.
Kari Neville.
Kari Neville.
Gotcha.
Carrie Nord is a writer, I believe.
DMR,
Or an artist, I forget. Kari Neville. Is a techno wizard from another planet who is kind of like a Shi'ar style bird person. More person than bird. My phone just made a noise and I do not know where it is. There it is. Okay. Sometimes my wife is asking me to close the door, which is what's happening. As I am in announcer voice and it is projecting. All right, so Kari Nord had hired, no, Kari Neville had hired you to hunt down or to travel to Philadelphia and help her find something called the Franklin Key that a psychic had told her she would find in Philadelphia. You have indeed done that, with some stops along the way, running into another former Cyber Knight and entering the court of the King of Prussia, who was a giant mantis person who had ties to the Summer Fae. And you have since traveled into Philadelphia to a location of the Free Library of Philadelphia, where you encountered a robot that projected a hologram of Benjamin Franklin. And let's see. Three of you were in the building talking to Benjamin Franklin as you were given like a tour of the facility. And then Sasir was across the way in a building where they saw the basic outline of some kind of stealth robot that seemed to be hovering above and was not seen by it. Though Sasir also saw that there is some kind of weird mechanized robot-looking thing with eyeballs inside. Yeah. Inside the library as well.
Not a fan of that.
Oh, wonderful.
No, thanks.
But you were all not Sasir. Adelaide, you were talking to Benjamin Franklin, and what were you asking him? You were trying to get more information on the on Benjamin Franklin keys.
Yeah, we were asking about the location of the Benjamin Franklin key. We were very, very keenly interested in viewing it if it was still around somewhere.
All right. Benjamin Franklin's key. That he goes, well, I don't believe there was an actual key, but you can probably purchase some replicas. Or could have in the past. I don't know. Their hours of operations have probably changed since the coming of the rifts. But the Franklin Institute gift shop did sell Benjamin Franklin keys.
I don't suppose they
So
had.
this one here was custom made by the library's last major donor, Mr. Lee. I forget what I named Mr. Lee. I think it was Charles Lee.
I squints at notes. Don't see mention of a Lee.
He was
Shrugs
a
at GM.
CyberWorks. He was a CyberWorks engineer who wrote AI programming and bequeathed it to the city to
I
run
did
their
not write that down.
libraries.
Fuck.
I believe he did say something about that, and I don't remember.
I vaguely remember that being referenced.
You definitely did. I just, for whatever reason, did not write it down that night. So
It was getting later on in the night, I think, and at that point we were all like,
It was the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the end. This is the end. But as you continue to talk to it, Cecile, you're still outside. The thing in the skies seems to be moving a bit, like kind of like a hummingbird moves like around, but seems to be maintaining in the general area. You very briefly hear what seems to be kind of like an underground rumbling run down the street beneath you. You're inside a building, and it was some kind of rumbling underground.
Would that be something that she would recognize as maybe potentially a subway, or even think it's a subway, or?
Quebec has a subway, so yeah. You might, but a subway in this ruined city would be odd. You could predict there would be tunnels, but an operating subway might be of note.
yeah, because we haven't seen like real intense signs of civilization outside of this library, right?
Yes, you are pretty far north in the city. And Benjamin Frank, and then everyone can kind of feel the rumbling a little bit. Benjamin Franklin just goes, well, it's about 5. If you wish to go to the Franklin Institute, you could find another one of Mr. Lee's Franklin displays.
No, yes, certainly. Are more of his personal effects on display there by any chance? We are keenly interested in anything the man might have touched.
I do believe they have an early pair of bifocals that are said to be the first, but no one knows for certain. Providence is hard to prove.
It sure is. Great. Can you give us directions?
Yes, head directly south. There used to be a street that went straight down towards the part of the city, and then you'd pretty much about 5 miles down south of here.
5 miles
I
south.
can print you a map.
I would love a map. That would be just the biggest, bestest thing you could do for me right now, buddy.
I have a question.
Wordsworth, and one of the robots comes, one of the Fallout-looking robots, except no brain inside of it. It looks like a Fallout 3 robot with the, arms that go like this, and inside is one of those ball lightnings. And it
A
starts
Forbidden Planet looking motherfucker.
Yeah. It starts printing out like a laserjet printer, a 8 by 11.5 map of this 8.5 by 11 map of the city. And it is just directly a straight line down 611, which is Broad Street in Philadelphia. Yes, well, I do believe some of our scouts or some people we've hired to do some scouting have said that there's a number of blockages along the way and other difficulties, but
Looks at two companions.
I'm not fully up to date on it.
I think we'll be all right. Thank you for this. You have an amazing display and a wonderful little library here, but
are you interested in being scouts as well? Because we do hire, I think I mentioned before, we hire people to scout territory and report back information. Also, any new books you find, we don't pay much for them, as it's hard to verify that they're actual books and not just something someone wrote, and then turned into us for the sake of making money.
I should say, aren't books just something someone wrote? Isn't that what a book is? Is a thing that someone wrote?
Yes, and often they were done to make money, but we don't want a library full of useless nonsense.
What do you consider useless nonsense?
I consider things useless nonsense like long strings of letters and numbers that have no real bearing just to pad out page numbers. and making your chapters a page, maybe a page and a half, to pad out page books, a la the author James Patterson.
Can't say I've had the pleasure, but we'll
Long
keep
dead.
our
Long dead.
good. This conversation's gotten too awkward for me, so I'm just gonna say, yes, no. If we find any books, we'll be sure to send them back along your way. Not especially as again, I kind of like glance towards Rainier and oh god, I almost said buttermilk. Nope, that's not right.
No, buttermilk is outside.
Buttermilk's outside, but
Hayden.
on writing on buttermilk,
Buttermilk,
is
the magic horse.
Yeah,
Hayden.
you right.
I look towards Rainier and Hayden as just but I don't know that we're really looking for additional employment at this time.
Well, I do have a number of tasks that me and some fellows could really use some assistance with, should you be looking for work. We do pay in universal credits.
Hayden, when you mention like pay for money, reaches into a pocket, kind of not subtly and enough, I think, to the point where Adelaide would see when she looks over. Hayden has pulled out what looks like the equivalent of a child pulling out like 3 gummy rolls, 4 pennies, and maybe a dream.
A literal moth flies out.
Yeah, an actual moth flies out of the pocket. Yeah, it's bad.
We would be completely interested to, what do you need done?
Well, we do need some scouting of the recent area. Any books that haven't been brought in, which would be quite a few, anything written in the last, say, 100 years would probably be of interest. We will not buy books we already have copies of, however. We have a Mountain of Twilight. That is a book series. It is certainly written.
No copies of A Mountain of Twilight.
No copies of Twilight. We do not need Bibles unless they are a more modern translation. A Jehovah's Bible is quite unnecessary, as quite a few have been left everywhere.
Is porn acceptable?
Adult material is taken in some degree. The librarians tend to hoard it away for their own perusing before judging if it is good enough for the public. I believe that was probably just a ruse to get their hands on it first.
Yeah, that's pretty unsettled. Are you hiring librarians at the moment?
Oh no, I'm fully staffed with Wordsworth and Walden here. The two.
Fair enough.
They
it's
wave.
A shame.
British just kind of clawing through their bag.
Well, but you were interested in the keys, yes?
Yeah, which again, you've given us a wonderful lead on that. We'll certainly investigate. Hey, if we find anything interesting, we'll be sure to let you know while we're looking around down there. And if any books happen across our path, I'll make sure that nobody eats it or something.
Okay.
Honestly, surprisingly relevant how much that might actually happen.
Oh.
Didn't Caesar already eat a book?
Many people have eaten books on bets.
So if there's nothing else that you need to warn us about or pass along, we should probably get going. I don't want to take up any more of your looks at not wearing a watch, any more of your time.
Well, I shall leave you with a piece of wisdom from Benjamin Franklin.
Oh God.
He that falls in love with himself will have no rivals.
Truly awe-inspiring.
So the 2 librarian robots are there?
Yeah. Well, one of them came and waved and then just left.
Okay.
The other one, it prints out or hands you another map with directions towards go down 611. Stop moving at some point. That's pretty much how you get to the Franklin Institute from there.
Sorry.
You just saw Tsunami's comment? Yes. All right.
No, it's just sorry. He who falls in love with himself has a use for all that porn.
Good.
Fantastic.
Our chat is very funny, and I need to stop paying attention to it. So,
yeah, hold up. That's our jobs. Like,
gotta minimize that window. So, the Benjamin Franklin, well, if you have any further need, just ring the bell and I'll come right back with any information you might need. If you're looking to borrow a book, we do that service as well.
Oh.
And anything else you may require, let the librarians know. Thank you.
Do you have like just a general history of the last, say, and Hayden just turns to Adelaide. When did you say the rifts happened again?
I know that.
Oh, there was a significant temporal event at some point in the library that did disjoint us, so we do not know exactly what year it is, though we've been keeping count. It is roughly 2397.
23. Great. Do you have anything from like circa 1880 to about now? Like something just to
Our
catch me up?
historical library has unfortunately been disjointed from the system as it was in a closer to Center City than I've been able to access. I have not been able to rejoin that library to the system yet.
Well, maybe sometime down the road I'll stop back. Well, no big deal.
But if you're looking for other almanacs or histories, we do have those. There is a movie I enjoyed called History of the World Part 1 and 2. 2 was more of a series. But I don't think they'll do you any good.
Don't you fucking tell me he made a part 2. Don't you fucking do that to my heart.
No, they announced
it's
it.
on Hulu, Fox. It's coming to Hulu.
They announced it.
There's a trailer.
It's coming.
There's a trailer.
Shut up. Don't fuck with me.
Nope.
It looks pretty funny.
There's
We will
the second
share it
one.
later.
There's
Anyway,
the second
later.
one. It's coming.
I didn't mean to break the news. I'm not gonna be happy till I get my Spaceballs the flamethrower. Anyway,
The search for more money.
It dropped 3 days ago, by the way.
Yeah. The trailer or the series?
The trailer.
Okay. If you would like, I've got this children's primer, which would be a quick read for you on recent histories.
You know, I wouldn't take that bet, but yeah, I'll take that.
All right. Feel free to prove if you plan on taking something from the library, we will print you a spare copy as we prefer to retain the original.
Honestly, that works fine for me.
Okay. They print you out a children's illustrated history of Philadelphia.
Beautiful.
All the shit about the Liberty Bell is in there.
Gotcha.
All the stuff about Pennsylvania's role in World War II is kind of like mostly Union.
Yeah, Hayden sort of picks it up and goes, "All right, well, do we have anything else to do in here? Is that it?"
Absolutely not. No, we're good. We're good. Let's
All
look
right.
at the robot. We're good.
Yeah. Hayden will turn around and walk off to go back outside, and as he does so, you can hear him running around. There's nothing about the groundhogs in here, and it keeps turning the pages.
Very quick GM question: do I have a concept of time beyond the fact that it's 109 PA? Like,
it is not common knowledge what AD it would be.
Yeah,
there are
okay.
some who know, but it is kind of lost knowledge because sometimes time skips happened.
Sure.
And
Okay.
it is, you get the feeling that he gave the best guess, but is unsure of what exact year it is.
Yeah, I didn't figure. I'm not like a scholar, and I'm not that learned, so I didn't figure. Okay, thank you.
That would be an academic's role. I just realized.
Yeah, and I don't even have academics. Like,
yeah. But
I have a stupid, irrelevant question just to annoy you. I'm sorry.
Oh, please.
What year would I consider it right now?
You probably would consider it by the calendar of the place you're in, generally.
Okay.
So you'd probably be operating on the PA calendar.
Okay.
It is 113 PA.
Okay.
Or it's the end of 112, beginning of, I think I said 113 in the past, so it's 113 PA.
Okay. But yeah,
yes.
like unless they stop me from doing so, my intent is to depart this library.
They do not seem to have any intention of stopping you.
Nope.
Carrie, there's like, but he said there's not the. When you all head out, Carrie's like, I froze up, but I thought he said there is no key.
He said there's no key, but that doesn't mean that there isn't no key. I mean, You said this thing's what, like 300, 400, a zillion years old? So
Maybe more like 6 now that I hear what he said.
So we just keep tracking down further and further into, like, listen, this guy had to have based these replicas, these forgeries off of something. It's the only lead we've got, and I don't know about you, but I find psychics pretty trustworthy. So we keep digging and we keep looking until we find it.
Wasn't
I
it
mean,
also said that it matters more what you believe? So if there's enough people that believe that there is a key and that it exists and someone knows where it is, then isn't that what we're looking for? If it's not the key, it's the key.
I
Or was I not
understand
paying
what you're saying.
attention?
A key empowered by the belief that it gains the properties I'm looking for. But
What are you saying? We go back in there, buy one of those keys, and then just yell at a bunch of people that we found it?
I mean, you'd have to do that for several hundred years with millions of people.
I ain't got that kind of time. Sorry.
I know, yes, few do.
I mean, they might. Hook the thumb at
but I don't believe they generate much belief. That was a computer-operated system. That was not a soul.
No. I'm talking about our skeletal friend here, Hayden. But it was an attempt at levity. Regardless, I'd really rather get in out of the cold and get back to the bus.
And I mean,
here.
I have the time, but it would y'all don't. So you know.
Well, as you look down the street, there are the big building next to you has graffiti on it that says "Boner Forever." And you can see pretty much straight down 611. It's not very hilly in this area. Or at least it wasn't before the buildings fell in. Much of it is covered in what looks to be just decayed areas. Buildings that, like a skyscraper, well, that much further down skyscrapers existed. But even the buildings along this way seem to be pretty crashed in. And so you'll have to make a slower journey. It's not just hop in the car, take the road. It's going to take I'll say a couple of hours to get to where you're going, if navigation is okay.
Well, I guess a better question then is this something we can still do in the bus, van, truck, whatever the hell we're calling this thing?
The bus will move very slowly through this area.
Okay, so we're not doing it on foot, regardless.
You can if you'd like. The bus will probably move at a little less than a foot pace, or a little more than a foot pace. Maybe,
All right. At that point, it's a liability. Regardless, okay. Then, all right, we're moving south. Let's head south. We need to scoop up our wayward sniper first. Hey, Cecile, you still out there?
Now you have radio contact with them again since they left the library. The library is nuclear shielded.
Yeah, she would have dropped down, like, against the roof to be, like, hidden better from, like, whatever the hell's flying around. And just finally hears, like, everyone else, and it's just like, oh, thank whatever higher power you left. Finally, I don't know what's in the air out here, but it's Gary, can you see it? I'm not insane, right? You see it?
Looks up, looks around.
Give me a notice.
Carrie, do you have anything that scans besides what I have? Yours might be better.
Just a 4.
It's just a 4. All right, that is not enough to see anything of note flying in the skies. There are birds and whatnot around, but not like a alarming style or size of bird. You see it's just starting to snow a little, which is making everything kind of, really dampens down sound. And let's see. Yeah, your notice was good for regular. Where did my Roll20 go? I have too many tabs open. Oh, there, it's the first tab. That would be it.
Nice.
Rainier, your notice is a 5, which isn't significantly better. It seems. Oh, you do see. I've mentioned this last time, but I'll mention it again because it is a thing. The streetlights around here are all connected by a giant copper wire that just or giant wrapped phone cable, power line. That every now and then zaps and bursts, and it causes static on the radios. But as you head south, you go past a certain. Do you start headed south now, or are you gonna take some time to look around and be suspicious in this area? I'm sorry, I'm losing it.
Sasir asked an NPC a question. We should probably resolve that first.
What was the question?
If Kari could see anything, like with
if
any
Kari could see
scanners
anything.
that, yeah.
No, I'm not seeing any magical things.
I don't know if it is
Pulls out a
magic.
viewfinder, and Ryamasa, you've suddenly gotten artsy.
Oh, nice. Cool.
You've become modern art. You're,
Well,
actually,
I'm
you're like a
pleased.
Campbell soup ham.
Yeah, I had to reboot Roll20 because I accidentally opened. I hit a bookmark instead. So
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't expect it.
She clocks down. She goes, though there is magic in these wires.
The wires. There's something that is cloaked.
She points at one, and just goes like this and goes, "Zap." And you see one of the streetlights flicker real big and then go dark again. Goes, We probably shouldn't interrupt the flow of the cables.
That seems reasonable.
Don't touch power lines. I think I can manage that. Pulls up hood.
Lesson learned. Actually, I am very glad you said something. Sometimes I use those. But I.
Well,
I'm more
they
worried
looks like
about
they use
the-
insulated lines, so you should be good. Just don't touch the raw cabling.
That's fair. I had a friend back home, who is like me but part squirrel, and ended up touching one and got a very puffy tail. It's just not nice.
Oh, yes.
I'm a little more concerned about the cloaked drone that's there. But if you're not seeing it, then I suppose it's something that just watches the library. It shouldn't follow us, but
Curious.
I had some concern about the robot inside that saw me, though.
What, the librarian guys? They're harmless. They got fuzzy heads.
It was one that seemed to be skulking around and had all I could describe it as his eyeballs in it. It looked right at me from across the street.
Just
That's disconcerting.
just eyeballs?
There was like a flush inside of it as well.
It is a potluck of parts. It seemed like I couldn't really tell anything apart. It was just flashing eyes, and it looked like at me.
Okay, learned a phrase I really don't care for. Good. Don't ever want to hear that again. All right, well.
I hope to never say it again, but we'll see what happens, I guess. The day is young. So what is the plan?
We're heading south, and that thing's as much a liability as anything, so unfortunately we're doing it on foot. Everybody without a fur coat, I guess, bundle up.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know, do you feel the cold, Hayden?
I mean, I can tell it's cold. You know, like things get a little stiff, but not so much on the feeling it. No.
Okay. Well, and right, of course, cold never bothered you anyway. As I look at Rainier.
I'm much more comfortable than I was at the mall.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna pull in the cloak here, and we're gonna start walking. I'm not saying I don't believe you, Sasir. Just keep half an eye on the sky, because unless my spider
Kari
senses start tingling.
hits a button on, pulls out a little fob, hits a button, and the van goes into lockdown mode. You see metal shutters just surround it, and then it falls to the ground, and then it tilts, and then it looks rusted and like it was dilapidated for hundreds of years.
Huh.
Neat.
Instant rust.
Oh, that's just an illusion.
Instant rust illusion. All right.
Yes.
By the way, while you were inside, I am worried about the sky, but I'm also worried about the ground. Did anyone else feel a rumble of any sort before?
Can't say I did.
Yeah, but Uh, again,
Anything around here that explain a rumble like that?
I thought maybe Subway, but it's here.
What's a Subway?
Oh, it's a sandwich shop.
I-
Oh.
Okay, I know I like food, and I get it, but I did not mean the sandwich shop for once.
Oh.
I meant the underground train.
Oh. Wait, you
are
have trains that go underground now?
They have U trains here?
U train, B train, we train. I don't know. It's a train
Huh.
that's in a tunnel underneath.
Yes, a train. They build tunnels underneath cities and put trains in them.
Yeah, usually you just build tunnels through mountains. Why would you put it underneath? Why would you have to tunnel underneath a place when you could just run it through?
It's local travel. It makes it easier. You can avoid everything on the street and avoid traffic. And
Though looking down, she says, "Oh, there are tram tracks around here, though, so that is quaint."
Oh.
what
Huh.
could be causing the rumbles? Though, if it wasn't a subway, I can't imagine there's one working right now. But I could be wrong. I've never been here before, so. Any ideas? And she's looking at Adelaide and Rainier, since obviously Hayden doesn't know what a fucking subway is.
Hayden comes from a time when trains were above ground and went through mountains. He's like,
Yep.
whoa.
Yeah. The
The raccoon ladies
How long
blow
did
my
it take
mind.
them to blow that hole up with dynamite?
Pretty
it doesn't
much.
take long for Adelaide to spot a place where a subway station could have existed once, but
Mhm.
it is filled in with a car and rubble. Like there is one, like it looks like someone crashed their car and then rubble fell on the car and filled in the rest of the subway entrance.
I mean, the odds of a working train system around here and like gestures towards the devastation around here seem tremendously unlikely. Like, what could be down there? Any of a number of things. Giant purple worm could be down there. The dinosaurs could be down there. A very large, angry man dragging a granite pillar the size of a building could be down there. There's a lot of strange things, more in heaven and earth than you and I have ever dreamt of. What it could be, we could write books on it. And hey, those guys in there would probably be just stoked to get them. What I know is that for the moment, nothing is actively trying to kill us. And all of us are extremely capable. All of us are very well armed. And all of us have a direction of travel. So we keep moving. We keep all of our eyes, ears, and whatever sensory organs have been left to us open. We come out of this alive. We've been through weirder and worse. And I start walking south.
Understood. I will stay up here if you're okay with that. I will
No,
stay
by
as
all
far
means.
up as I can.
The thing is, there's not a lot of buildings this high anymore. You are in the tallest building around. Even in the past, this was a taller, several stories higher than the other buildings around it.
Got it.
It's
Okay.
mostly nothing goes above like 4 stories in a better part of the city. Yeah. Until you come towards the Temple District, which used to be home of a university, where you see a larger building that was some kind of auditorium. But actually, as you start headed south, you crest over a hill. You see several of those power lines seem to be running towards what seems a giant antenna. And there starts to be a constant signal coming on an old FM channel.
Okay. What happens if I tune into it?
This is the Queen of the Quiet Storm, bringing you all the greatest of Philadelphia's sound. Thanks for tuning in, listeners. Good to hear you out there. Now, this isn't live recordings, but you know, if you manage to call in, I'd sure be amazed to see the phone ring. Up next is MFSB with The Sound of Philadelphia. And it starts to play a funk soul song, which we do not have the rights to.
Good.
But it's a bit disco, it's a bit full orchestral as well. If you continue listening as you head south, you do see that the radio tower does have a giant sign that says, United Theater? Oh my god, I just blanked on it. It's not Union Theater. Uptown Theater. It is the Uptown Theater. The front of, and as you get kind of in view of the actual building, the front of it is painted. It's got like a theater marquee. Marquee is the word, not matinee. A marquee, and underneath is painted walls with a mural of records on it. There are actually lights on in the building. There seems to be some signs of existence there. The radio signal isn't super strong, but it's definitely intentional.
Boy, how'd y'all say? They had a station ID and everything. Huh. More locals. You guys hearing this on the radio?
Ooh.
Wait, anyone knows this queen?
Never been this far out east. New one on me.
Queen of the Quiet Storm does not ring any specific bells.
She does not represent common knowledge.
Sierra's still gonna like look at Rainier and
actually
go
meant
like,
that for Rainier.
someone you know?
Not anyone I have sworn allegiance to.
Up next is Me and Mr. Jones, or Me and Mrs. Jones, by Teddy Pendergrass.
Oh,
Can we call into this? Is that what they said? Is that a thing
That-
people do?
that is something they offered.
Y'all took radio real far. It's like it's not, there's no wires anymore.
Kind of looks at Hayden, stops to say like 3 different things. Eventually, brain gives up. I mean, on the one hand, it would give away our position, but on the other, I don't know. I suppose can't hurt to make a friend around here, right?
Can I call in?
It's a little bit of time, but eventually you do hear the station ID again, and the Queen of Quiet Storms, playing the best of Philly, gives out a signal number. It's not a phone number you can call, but it is a frequency that you can turn into. It's basically a ham operator kind of thing.
Gotcha. Hayden starts fiddling with the radio thing to try and get it to go to that number. It takes longer than it should, probably. But eventually we'll sort of get to the point they dial and be like, hello?
You hear nothing until you hear a hello out there, listener. You got
howdy.
a request?
I can't say that I don't know what music y'all have around here, but how far back do you go?
Never ask a lady her age. Very rude. How far back do you go? How far back do you go, friend?
Hayden, without any hint, just like 1880, 1888, 1889. Last thing I remember, really, in terms of music.
Well, while we do have a large selection of golden oldies, we do not have discs quite that dusty.
Well, give me the oldest one you got, I guess. Let's see what I've been missing out on.
It's about 20 minutes later of listening. You go, all right, I'll get that in the works for you. Stay safe out there.
Thanks. You too.
It's about 20 minutes later when it comes on the radio. Comes over the radio. Welcome back to the Quiet Storm, and now by a special request, we're gonna play some of the Ink Spots. And they play that song from Fallout that everyone knows from the Ink Spots.
Good.
And that's going to be
Nice.
stuck in everybody's head for the next 4 days. You're welcome.
Well, after that is Love TKO by Teddy Pendergrass, and then Boys to Men doing Motown Philly.
Nice.
So yeah,
Pleasant enough.
as you travel along, you do see these spikes along the electronics lines, and every now and then one will spike and knock the radio out a bit. You make your way downtown. A lot of the major buildings are just rubble. It's hard getting through as you deal with the buildings that were knocked down by a tidal wave that crossed New Jersey. Give me a navigation. No, there's not a navigation. Forget what they use for general navigation in this system. I think it's survival.
I think
That
it's survival.
sounds right.
Yeah.
I think it kind of like depends on the circumstances, but takes a brief moment to look at trait lists. Is pretty sure.
All right. So Sir, you're finding a decent way through. It's rough going. Several times you've had to move the group around just completely blocked off areas where there is just more rubble than it's worth to climb over. You're making decent time. Let's see. Keep headed south. All right, I have a physical map that I'm referencing right now. And it's not long before things get pretty opened up to an area where there is less rubble. And you see spray painted on the walls a giant set of eyes that just say "He is watching." And who has the highest bonus to notice?
I'm at an 8 or a D8.
D6.
Yeah, mine's a 6.
I have a D8 plus 2.
All right, so go ahead and give me the D8 plus 2 real quick.
I will say, though, if something starts
19.
going wrong, I have danger sense.
Yeah. 19
Hot damn.
is an enormous number on a D8. You hear them before they get too close. But you hear the sound of hoofbeats. You hear the sound of 2 horses. Besides the ones, did you bring Buttercup? Or
Yeah, Buttermilk is absolutely gonna walk better on this than fucking Hayden is. Are you kidding me?
Gotcha.
We've fallen on his ass like 3 times by now.
So Sarah's probably been a little bit more towards the front of the group, like scouting out different ways to go. Just kind of holds her hand up. It's like, someone is coming. I hear hooves? Looks like a Buttermilk who's not moving now, probably.
Nope,
and is just
Buttermilk has
Yeah.
stopped.
Buttermilk has friends.
Oh, excellent.
you hear do you want to hide the group, or do you want to kind of just do you want to take a stealth position?
I mean,
I would, but I would leave the rest of the group up to them. So Adelaide and Rainier and Hayden can make up their minds.
Hayden has not a lot in stealth, and I think honestly would prefer to just kind of walk into the open slowly, as if to indicate that they're passing through, and I'm not here to cause a problem. And oh, I see you. I'm gonna stop my, admittedly, nightmare horse. All right, well, what's up? So,
All right.
yeah. Not so
Crossing
much on the
across
hiding.
Broad Street, you see a distance away. Give me those stealths for those hiding.
I mean, if one of my number is not, then I will remain in the open. Though again, with my cloak and my hood pulled up.
Yeah, because it's cold as hell. Cecile, you got a 6 in your stealth.
I'm actually, I'll go for it. Oh, an 11.
Rainier got an
Pretty
11. So if you need to get the drop on someone,
Turns
you're
towards
probably
Rainier. You should probably get to Cov.
Oh,
Never mind.
they really do
Just
like
making a snow angel.
Rainier is on
can't
their
see.
game right now. It's snowing again. They're
It's-
very
yeah.
happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow, they really do like the cold, huh?
Yeah.
You
Makes
hear
sense.
yeah. So you're all hiding. Most of you are mostly hiding when you see riding 2 horses Just like straight up horses. One's a Palomino.
Oh.
Or they're both the same breed. I don't know. With similar paintings, but they are different horses. Are two men in heavy woolen coats or thick winter coats. One of them is wearing like a big, puffy, like 1990s down, North Face jacket. He's got a,
I see he fell into the gap.
a pull down hat. It's a black man on wearing glasses, and he has a long rifle and a long energy rifle on his back. And then next to him is another man who's a bit taller, and is wearing a cowboy hat and a duster, but also has an energy rifle on his back, as well as a samurai sword for some reason.
Oh, I see. Got it.
I've played Shadowrun. I know what reason.
Yeah. Hayden, who is in a cowboy hat and a duster and with a stick on his back, just kind of like trots up in their direction, and whenever they're within reasonable eye shot, just kind of, reaches up and tilts the hat.
The one in the hat looks over first and taps the other one, who taps him back, and then they have a conversation and they point. It's hard to be within earshot here because it's, snowing, and snow just muffles the fuck out of everything. These horsemen didn't look like they were in a rush. They did look like they were aware, but y'all group still kind of surprised them a bit.
Yeah.
One of them goes, and the other guy goes and starts pulling the katana from the side saddle. Katana glows faintly.
Oh, great.
The other one swings out his energy rifle, and they point it at the skeleton man on a demon horse.
Prejudice.
No call for that. We come in peace. Hi.
You don't look like you come in peace.
I think that's kind of rude, honestly. Like, I just kind of tipped my hat at you, and that was it. You think if I was coming in not peace, I'd have been kind and right and like polite?
I've dealt with spirits.
Me too. I can't drink them anymore on account of, I think you figured it out now, but
My friend here is no threat, and I vouch for your safety from them on my own life, provided you mean us no harm. And while you may not know me from my friend here, and I throw the cloak back a bit and pull the hood back, I should hope that the word of a cyber knight might carry a little bit of weight around here.
What the fuck is that?
Damn it.
Hayden just fully snorts, like off to the left, slightly behind you.
I just kind of look down at the ground with this very fuck, my opener.
Say,
Defenders of truth and justice, knight errants on a mission to do good and protect the downtrodden? Never heard of us, huh? Word hasn't gotten this far east? We're kind of everywhere. We're big deal, typically.
you ain't local.
No, we are not. We are from elsewhere.
You ever
Really
heard
don't
of
want
the
to.
Fletcher? You ever heard of the Fletcher Riding Club?
Have I?
No.
Can't say as I have, but then I guess that kind of puts us on even footing, huh? I don't know what a Fletcher is. You've never heard of the...
Fletcher is someone that makes arrows. It was also our riding club's namesake.
Can't help but notice that is not a bow, but in fact some kind of laser rifle, which I will warn you, Cyberknights are especially adept at dealing with. It's a whole thing, hence the cyber part. It's very confusing, I know, but regardless.
It sounds like you're layering a threat in. You're trying to say you're not a danger to us, but I'm having trouble believing you because you're from out of town.
Well, that's unfortunate. I would say that you should learn to trust people, but then it's a dangerous world out there, isn't it? If we all just trusted each other a little bit more, I feel like we would get so much more mileage. Listen, my point that I'm trying to get around to here is that we really super do not want to fight. Hey, you don't want to fight these nice people, right?
I don't, but I will point out that of the people who are being threatening, you are all the ones with hands on your weapons.
Yeah, hi.
And
It's my empty.
so, I mean, my
empty-
hands are on the reins still. So, was planning on just kind of trotting through.
Honestly, it's too damn cold, really, to be fighting here. So the point is that, like, if you don't start any trouble, we will not. We'll defend ourselves, and if you do, that's bad. Please don't make us defend ourselves. We really don't want to.
Things get a little weird in the area, a little orangish,
Oh,
strange. One of the horses gets a little spooked and goes, "Whoa, whoa!" I knew it was a mistake to come to this side of the river.
Is there something?
why?
Is there something?
Why
we
is? Why is that? Yeah.
You don't know what's over here, do you? You're lost.
We're super from out of town. You established this.
Less so lost, more like not heading in a direction and not sure what's in the way.
What are you looking to loot?
Uh,
It's all strangers everyone around here. That or directions up to New York.
Can't say I've ever been that far north ever, actually. We're looking for what is it, the Benjamin Franklin? What are we looking? It's
Benjamin Franklin's key. Yes, it's
Yeah, there was a shop down the way from here that the
The library.
Oh well, no, we came from there. They sent us down the road to some other place that might have more keys. I don't know. I kind of got a little lost, honestly, with the talk of it. So,
the Franklin Institute. Yeah, we're just looking for
that's the
more-
one.
Yeah. You haven't seen it, have you? Well, we have a map. We actually know which way to go. Sorry, the orange glow. I feel like we're getting distracted from
The orange
whatever's
glow is
happening.
kind of faded. Like,
Oh.
Yeah. All right.
You
Don't
guys
make
need help?
challenges. Don't make challenges you're not willing to back up. We'll be on
don't.
our way.
Okay,
Careful who you deal with.
hold on, the orange thing. Are we not talking about that anymore? Did we just decide to stop having that conversation?
Apparently, we're just not talking about that anymore.
You don't know about the old one?
No. Can't
Assume
say I
I'm not
do.
familiar with the local flora and fauna.
When you invoke its maxim,
Okay.
the world may twist in his image.
What is its max? I don't
Maybe it's-
understand what happened. What is
Walk
going
around
on?
and find out.
Oh,
Things get a little creepier.
None of my pens work.
I hear whispering, so yeah, it's definitely getting creepier around here.
okay. So is it like if we say the thing, if we do the thing?
If you mean the thing.
Okay.
Well, then it's a good thing that we are both fine, upstanding people.
Who don't intend to find out anything?
If
Yeah.
Cecile can see Rainier just looks bored. They're just like, would have fought them.
A stealth roll. I don't know if she can.
I'm Shakir Fletcher.
Okay.
If you cross the river and you come in peace, my riders will know about you.
Great. Well, that is
Fantastic.
what we plan to do. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Good point. Hi, I'm Adelaide.
Adelaide Cyber Knight.
Just Adelaide will do.
And Hayden Delgado, how you doing? Nice hat.
Tips his hat back to you.
Yeah,
Careful out there.
Could have just done that from the start.
Don't get yourselves killed. Actually,
Well,
I don't care.
Honesty. And Hayden like kicks Buttermilk into moving.
They kick their horses and start going back to the west.
Okay.
I think we're in the clear, everyone, as I get over the radio.
Okay, I'm just going to immediately ask, what the fuck was the orange shit? Rainier, do you have any idea? You have it's magic shit, right?
Be good.
Give me a roll.
Yeah,
I would also
roll
say
occult or
Occult.
okie dokie.
Roll orange.
9.
9. That is a hit with
Nine.
a raise, which is enough to give you some good information.
Okay.
Beings of immense power can often warp the world and ways around them in certain territories. Part of a being that can warp this much area is either extremely powerful or not doing much with the power they have and have decided to spread it over a larger area. It's hard to get an attunement for it until the power is fully evoked. But you've heard of people making pacts with such things. It definitely is not Fey energy.
Mm-hmm.
It's old and angry. Well, not angry.
Curmudgeon-y.
Territorial?
A little territorial.
Mean.
Yeah. But it's always grinning. The energy feels like it's grinning to you for some reason.
Don't like that. Don't care for that one bit.
It goes, oh. As you...
Rainier?
Yeah, never mind. You're not there yet.
Oh, it's powerful. Probably either that or it just likes to be make itself look powerful by affecting a large area.
I take it you're all moving when you start talking
Yeah,
again, so you're
and
continuing to move along.
Rainier kind of smiles, like, absentmindedly, is like, and it grins.
Oh.
And it's old.
Is this a you? Is this a me with a sandwich grin, or is this a you after someone says the wrong thing grin?
I think it's
audibly
best to
start.
assume the second one.
Oh, great. Okay. Wonderful.
All right.
Cecier's just climbing out of like a hole she made in like rubble to make it look like she was like trying to figure something out in case something happened. She's like, "Oh no, I fell up," but like she
Yeah.
didn't have to do that. She just like comes out, starts walking around. Just the snow is just barely crunching under her feet.
The subway rumbles again beneath you.
Ooh.
It kind of felt about the width of the street.
That's a weird feeling. Usually it comes
That's-
at you from the side.
What?
The trains above ground on the side, the vibrations come at you from a direction and not from under. This is
Oh,
new
I
to me.
thought you were just standing on train tracks or something where you were from. Okay, just making sure.
No, that would be a pretty easy way to end up dead.
Like-
Although I guess I didn't do a
Yeah,
pretty good job of that first
Huh?
one.
Exactly.
So
I had to
that's
check.
okay. No, that's no. Yeah, no, you got me there. That's fair.
As you continue to move through the city, you see more devastated spaces that have been... They look decently picked over. Cecile would probably be the first to recognize that someone's definitely broken to one of the buildings, and looks like they looted it. There's the occasional piece of graffiti, but nothing too, obviously nothing that means too much until you're moving to what used to be an old supermarket. And going through this empty building is quicker than going around it. Because the street is blocked and you have to go in and then kind of around. There's pretty much no packaged food here that hasn't been opened. Cecile, give me a notice check to try to find something to nibble on.
Hell yeah.
And There is some graffiti as well, but you rolled a 9, which is a hit with a raise. You find a 12-pack of Twinkies. They have not been. Someone clearly picked them up in the last 5 years and put them down.
Yeah.
I have found the promised food. Takes it.
There is some graffiti in there though, and the graffiti is of a blooming flower, which strikes Rainier as somewhat familiar.
So I got distracted by the fact that I forgot to spell the word graffiti and...
Yeah.
Reasonable.
Should I roll for it, or...
No, this is just a thing you have seen something similar of. It's not the same exact one, but it is sometimes used as a mark of, like, someone would use this as a magical mark of ownership if they were capable of infusing it with power. And this one is definitely designed like it is a summer court object.
And it's on what?
It's on the produce section. It's on the inside the store. It's on the wall, but it has not been empowered. It looks like whoever put this up there did not empower it.
Not really doing much of anything except being conspicuous. And of course, where it is.
What?
Sorry, did you notice something that we didn't?
It'd be like a stencil of a tulip.
It just kind of, like, does that dismissive gesture that the two of you are now very familiar with. But they didn't even bother to finish marking it. It's just there.
Yes. That's very inconsiderate of them. What?
If you want to show...
Oh, I do.
Hmm.
I'd love to show. Tell even.
That you own something, it's your territory, you want people to be aware this is yours. You do something like this and empower it so that people would know. I guess your allies would know to come in, and the others would know to stay away.
Okay, so
but
it's like a gang marker.
It's like they got halfway through and decided they didn't want it anymore.
Well, what's it supposed to do? People mark territory like this all the time.
And their face just kind of screws up.
So have you ever played the game Ingress? They're trying to create a line, and then...
Jesus Christ, why do I understand that? Ah!
Like, oh, come on, flower, produce section, isn't it obvious?
Oh.
Bees? Is it bees?
Oh.
Is the answer bees?
Is the answer bees? I don't think the answer's bees.
Shit.
And why are those? As I point at the Twinkies.
Why are those? Did you say?
Why are those?
What you? They are beautiful.
Oh, everybody hold on. Nobody do anything. We're frozen. I'll be right back. We lose internet?
Oh, there it
Okay,
goes.
there we go.
Oh.
Yeah,
Welcome
everybody was
back.
frozen and I could hear Dara talking and I went, oh no! So,
All right. So you're
Yeah, apologies.
we are on the Be Back
If you
Later
guys
screen,
repeat what you
so.
said after they're beautiful.
We're offline. We're offline entirely.
What?
Oh no, we're back now.
Hold on. Oh, now we're back. Okay,
Now we're back.
cool.
All right.
Okay.
It
Like,
started
slight
real
stream
hard.
hiccups
at the
there.
beginning there.
I was like, oh yeah, my bitrate went in the red for a second. That's fucking weird.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, apologies, guys. I don't know what the fuck happened. Good news is
Internet
we're
go boots.
recording, so if you
Yeah.
missed anything, you can watch it later on YouTube.
I think they pretty much got everything we said.
Yeah, we can't. I need Dara to repeat everything after they're beautiful because that's when it cut off.
I don't think anything happened, but I think I had said something
No.
after that. That was
Yeah.
about it.
Hayden turned to Rainier and was asking, "Is this something to do with your weird family?"
I mean, they're not my family, but
Right,
it's
but-
yes, it's summer.
Yeah. You got that. It's the court business you were talking, like from the mall, right?
Well, I mean, I don't. It's the same people.
Right,
There's a
right.
lot of them, but yeah,
Right.
they started marking it, and then they, as usual, half-assed the job and didn't even finish it. So I don't know.
Right,
Are
so
they
does
here?
that-
Are they gone?
Does that mean it's yours now?
No.
I
Why
don't
would
know.
I want it?
Because they had it. I don't know. It just.
It is so
okay.
much more complicated than that.
Okay. Is it? Because it sounded that petty when we were talking about it on the way out of the mall.
There's
There
a
is
moment
a
of kind of offense, and then it's gone, and there's confusion, and then there's kind of a moment of understanding. It just goes real fast, and it's just like, it is, but it isn't.
Okay.
There's a lot of pettiness, but then there's a lot more beyond that.
Specific pettiness. Gotcha.
Oh, I'm allowed to be petty all I
okay.
want, but I would never refer to
At
what
this point,
those above me do as anything other than,
not that.
you know what, I'm not going to comment on it.
All right. Well, does that mean that if you're allowed to be petty, you can mark this flower and scrub it all to hell?
There's no point. It's not that. Let's just keep going.
As
The
you
frozen section.
you do hear a growl suddenly. Those of you with danger sense suddenly prick up that something is nearby that is dangerous.
That's me.
Not
me.
And
It's technological in nature, sort of.
Yeah. But there does seem to be a small give me a notice with your danger sense first.
Okay, so what does this do? Gives me a +2.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you get +2 on this.
Oh, can I spend a
you got a
Benny and
4.
re-roll that?
You can spend a Benny to reroll it to
Yeah.
get better.
You got bennies for days.
Yeah.
You do have bennies for days. Yeah, you should have been at 5. So
7.
a 7 + 2 is 9, which will be a hit with a raise.
Oh no, it's just I added the +2. It's just a 7.
Oh, okay. So it's
Yeah,
just a
just-
7.
Yeah.
It sounds like there's some wolves outside the building behind the freezers.
Oh, does that? Interesting. Okay. Does that actually seem dangerous to me, or is that?
It's wolves on the other side of a wall.
Okay.
So assess yourself.
I'm just...
That's the information you have.
Okay. Oh.
All right. So, do you say anything to anyone else?
I thought you were gonna say something, so I stopped talking.
Somebody figure out who's allowed to talk here and then go.
No, and it's just like you hear that.
Growling?
There's growling?
Behind.
As you turn and look at the freezers, you're just in time to take a stance as coming intangibly through these walls are 3 phantom wolves.
Son of a shit.
Oh, goody.
That have been tracking you for a little bit, or trying to track you. You're hard to track.
Wow.
So, let's go ahead and do our initiatives.
Phantom wolves, huh? Alright, okay.
They come through the walls. Edrally.
Huh.
What do they look like?
Phantom
They
wolf.
look like
Yeah.
wolves, but with like purplish black fur. They're the size of a large wolf. They seem kind of bluish with
Oh.
purplish eyes as they come
Oh.
as they separate themselves slightly from reality and start to reappear.
Oh no, the doggos are cool.
That's pretty fucking neat. Yeah. Okay.
Time to
cool.
make
Deal
one
card.
nut.
Well, yeah, I mean,
want one.
Oh, right.
theoretically could, yeah.
With a
Why do they
razor
have to
lips,
be
of course.
I'm sad now.
Fuck wild.
You would have to know more about. You could learn more about them if you wanted. But
Yeah. Initiative.
one of them. Let's see, enemy 2, which gets a King of Spades. Oh, someone gets an extra card. Oh, it's a Joker. Would you, Cecile, would you like a Joker? Or would you like a 4 of Diamonds?
The hell is the Joker doing? And I forgot.
You can choose to interrupt anything anyone ever does. And you get a +2 to all rolls for this round. And you get a Benny. Or everybody gets a Benny.
Oh yeah, that
Okay.
slams button.
Joker.
That.
Which I think you may need to reset our Benny situation looking at them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this puts Adelaide up to 4. Rainier went down to 4, so it goes back up to 5. Hayden still's carrying the extra one from the story bit.
Yep.
And Cecile has too many.
So many bennies.
You don't have 7 of them.
Yeah, I stared at that when.
You start with 4, now you're up to 5. Okay. So you can start to go whenever. You can interrupt an enemy's action with no effort. So
Okay.
let me know when you would like to go, but for now, I'm going to move on with the bad guys. The first wolf is coming tearing through specifically at Rainier's throat. And is going to make an attack. I put all my dice away when I cleaned my office recently.
Oof.
So we will be rolling digitally. D8. Okay. 8. That is a 6. What is your parry, Rainier?
8.
All right. This thing is coming for you, but you manage to kind of knock it to the side. It doesn't get its bite onto you. Though it does cause a fear check. So everyone make a fear check. Seeing
hell.
them
Face.
come tearing through the walls. 5 is a success.
Oh yeah.
Rainier has
What
succeeded.
is a fear check again?
You see the guy? Oh,
Up at the top of the sheet, there's a little like emoji of a dude, but it's
The
also
screen?
just a spirit check.
Yeah.
Yes.
Worst case scenario.
and Adelaide is not afraid. Cecile is not afraid, and Hayden is. You need to get a 4 or better.
Yeah, I'm gonna re-roll that. Well, hold on. What? Why is it only adding that to one of those?
Don't know.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh, so the other one should be a 4 because what's
other
giving
one
you a +1?
should- I'm a shifter. One of my talents is psychotically brave.
Okay, so yes, you are not afraid either.
Nope. I get a +1 to fear checks
What?
and a -1 from fear table results.
Oh dang. Okay.
All right. So you, no one here feels the need to run from these things, but
Well, we
the
know that
other
part.
one is going for that's enemy 1. Enemy 2 is now just These things are about the size of a horse. It turns out.
Okay, there
Oh,
we
okay.
go.
All right, wolf-sized horse is a little different. Or horse-sized wolf. That's the other one. Other way around.
All
Jeez.
right. And this one is going for Hayden.
Rude.
D8. That is
Wow.
a
Fuck
1.
you,
It is a
you
complete
are.
miss. It goes for Hayden, and Hayden just moves out of the way, and then it goes through a old, moldy covered, like produce stand. It just goes right through it
Wild.
without crashing into it. All right, up next is Adelaide.
Okay, so these things are hilariously enough, they're kitty pride. They're doggy pride? Doggy pride.
Doggy pride.
Yeah. Okay.
Puppy pride.
Do I do have that puppy pride? You know what? We're gonna let that ride. Anyway, I want to attack something. I like to attack things. um.
Oh god. Of course, I need to look a thing up. But continue.
Sure. So we're just gonna go ahead and these things constitute something that it's fair enough to use my cybernetic weaponry against. So
One would
sure.
assume that these are mega damage being.
Yeah. So
They're clearly some kind of magic.
arms go out, cloak flies out, blue energy flashes into both hands, solidifying on the left into a fancy pants kite shield, and on the right into a glorious blue silver blade. As I need a better idea of the geometry here with regards to there's how many of these wolves and
There's
which one's
3
closest?
dog-sized wolves kind of partially in and out of reality. You are in what used to be a decent-sized supermarket. So the ceilings here are a bit high. The aisles would have been pretty wide, but some of the aisles are just completely gone or tipped over and cleared to the side. It's a pretty big open space. There are pillars around, holding up the roof. It does not appear that they are mega damage pillars. And there is a hole on the east side of the building and the west side of the building. They came from the south through the wall.
Okay. Then and where are these?
Yeah.
Like, do I need to like
One of
move
them
over
just-
and go attack a wolf? Is there one that's like next to me? Do I like?
You are not their main
Let me-
target, so you would have to move to get to one, but you are very close to 2 of them. The third one kind of phased through a bunch of fruit stands.
Okay. Because maybe I'll just describe it this way. My instinctual reaction is to go and very quickly stand in melee defense of Sasir, who
Mhm.
is probably the squishiest person to these wolves in melee combat, would be my guess. So, whatever wolf is closest to threatening my very good raccoon friend, I should
Mhm.
very much like to go and try and intercept.
All right. It looks like
I
there
will
is
say
another
Hayden
wolf.
is made of bones.
There is another wolf nearby, but it is not looking at Cecile.
Okay.
But it is near her.
Okay, fantastic. Then what I will say is that I will declare 2 attacks. Then I will multi-action to do 2 attacks. I'm going to move to that wolf as these energy weapons become streaks of light as I fly in that direction and go to make attack attacks.
Okay. Do you need to roll a psionics?
To turn on my Psi Sword and my Psi Shield? Fuck no.
Okay.
I mean, I've got. Oh, yeah. I guess I could also like innate ability cast Smite on the jump here. So, fork it. Let's do that. I get to do that for free too. Why not?
Yep.
Do a million things.
Just cost power points.
Mhm.
Do a million
11. So
things.
that's a hit with a raise. Your sword glows extra strong.
It super does. That's +4 damage. Sick. All right. So, yeah. There's as I'm making like those first 2 steps, like the whole armor does that flash of like blue white energy, and the sword pulses a bit, and there's almost like a wreath of flame across it. As I roll some dice, let's see here. So these are both going to be at -2 here, or I should say these are all going to be at -2 because I've got fucking improved frenzy.
Yeah. So you get a bunch of attacks.
I get a bunch of attacks here. It's going to be kind of bonkers donkers. All right. Psi Sword, go.
What is their parry? Their parry
What is their parry?
6. So that's a hit.
6. That's it. Do you want me to roll the attacks first, or do attack and then damage?
Roll the damage because you might.
Okay,
In this system, you may alpha strike some things.
that's very true.
All right, 18 damage is
18
enough
six.
to factoring in the toughness because you've got AP 6. That is enough to wound it.
Okay.
Which is enough to take this one pretty much out.
Oh.
Yeah. Because it's up, down, or off the table, and you took it from up to off the table. because you.
Oh, sweet.
yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so there's that streak of light, and one of the wolves is there, and then one of the wolves is very quickly like missing its head as I just whoosh through it. And then
There is blood. The blood is red and dark. Do you move over to another one?
I mean, do I still have movement left?
Sure.
Okay, then finding that went shockingly well, I stop, turn on my heel, and press off to go towards the next closest one,
All right.
and roll my second attack. That's 7.
That is enough to hit.
And
17 damage. That is actually doing math in my head. Not enough to get a raise.
Okay.
So you stun this thing with your second hit.
Dope. I get another one of those.
Yeah, I know. You get more attacks. Keep going.
Did it? Oh, that one's only a 3.
Unless you spend a Benny.
Nah, because here's the last attack.
Yep.
All right, that's a 2. I'm not burning my bennies here. So it's on that second attack. It's going in, and there's just this again flashing blade. But this one, I think, seeing its fellow decapitated, is a little like, oh, blue laser lady bad, and makes itself a little more scarce in the situation.
Yeah. All right. Up next is Hayden.
Cool. So
There's the one that ran kind of past and through the fruit stand, and then the one that Adelaide has engaged is a little more solid.
Okay. I'm going to yeah, we're just gonna try and banish a wolf, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know where it comes from, but hopefully it's not here.
Get the Pokeball.
Yeah, for real. So yeah, let's try and see how this goes here. So I need to okay. So first I think I need the way this works, I think, is I need to cast this, and then we have to make an opposed roll of my spell casting versus their spirit.
That sounds right.
Think is how that functions. So let's see how that goes. Whoop. That's pretty good. A 10's pretty good. I think we take a 10.
That's a hit with a raise on the spell casting.
Yep. I don't know what.
All right, so banish.
I don't know what a raise does on.
All right, banish sends targets from immaterial planes back to their native dimensions, includes glows, blah blah blah. Pose roll the caster's arcane skill versus the target's spirit.
Okay.
Nothing about a raise on here unless you have the mega powers.
Success means the target is shaken. Each raise causes a wound. I think the difficulty is actually just their spirit roll and not a 4.
Gotcha.
I think that's just opposed.
Let me look at that spirit. That spirit is 8. Spirit is 8. So you do succeed in getting a hit. Oh, that explodes. Hold on.
No, it does.
It's a 10. So they match. I'll give it to you.
Okay. So yeah, I think it's just shaken then.
This was the one that already got hit.
Yes.
This is the one that Adelaide hit. With that, it kind of flickers in and out of existence, and it falls kind of over and seems to kind of like fall through the floor when it falls over.
Huh.
As though it was banished to the ethereal plane.
Nice. Yeah. I think just because we're flavoring Hayden here, when it hits the ground and sort of sinks through the floor, there's like a burnt, like almost like the kind of like charcoal embers kind of outline of where it sort of sank in and where its body is. And Hayden's staff is again at the top edge, just kind of glowing and smoking. And then as it sinks all the way in, the embers sort of go out, and the staff goes out as well.
Gotcha. There's a faint smell of brimstone.
Cool. Yep.
All right, who is up next? It is Rainier. Because the seer can interrupt any time, reminding.
All right.
But Rainier.
Yeah, if the wolves were actually going to get hit, then I was going to interrupt, but They haven't yet, so don't worry about it.
They have not.
Then I will take a moment to activate my Psi swords. As it's like, as they kind of they grip the invisible weapons as they start to form, as the snow just blows in from behind them and kind of starts to gather on their fists almost. Yes, it does. It would suck if it didn't. It's
All right, so you rolled with and got a success. So you
Yes.
have activated your Psi Sword, which is free.
And
Remember,
then-
you can call someone an asshole, and you can attack for free as well.
Yes.
Tell this dog his mom's a bitch. And he's just like, yeah.
Oh my god, why is my brain not working?
Say
like,
just
I know
go
what
for
I
an
want to
attack.
say, but the words aren't coming out.
That's okay. Just go for an attack.
Yeah.
Rude.
It's not gonna understand what you say to it
something,
anyway.
This place is full of useless assholes. Something about the summer court, whatever. So I'll make a taunt.
Nailed it.
The gist of it.
If anyone from the summer court was hearing, they would be offended.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like the summer court is here and so are you. It's full of useless assholes, is basically what it was.
The thing doesn't seem to understand language.
That's fine. I will just hit it instead. Seeing that it has no effect. Oh, okay.
15.
Yeah, that's a 15.
Jesus, yeah, that'll do it.
Now, here's the thing. This one is ethereal.
You mean ethereal?
Ethereal. Yeah, ethereal. So your expert attack would have gone right into where its neck is, but goes right through the beast.
Huh.
Oh, that's troublesome.
Oh. Well, shit.
So to make sure that I understand what just happened, the ice magic that Rainier usually uses didn't work this time?
The ice magic worked, but it did not affect an intangible creature.
It's a psi weapon. It's just ice flavored.
They went to punch the dog and then punch through the dog, but the dog seems just
Fine.
utterly unaffected.
Hold on. It says non-magical
Snow cone.
weapons pass straight through.
Yeah, Psi swords are magic of some flavor.
I will give you that this is a magic. So yeah, never mind. You catch. It looks like it knows what you're doing and kind of just like doesn't positions itself to bite you in a second.
Okay.
But your weapons being magical, as I reread the thing, do affect it.
So it definitely wouldn't work with
Okay.
my regular ass gun. But...
Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah, the hammer fist of ice just goes right up into its jaw. Roll damage. 17.
17 is enough to stun it, but not knock it out.
That's fine.
Your AP doesn't matter because, yeah. It's good. Don't worry about it. All right. You hear more growling from outside, but it doesn't seem to be approaching. All right, let's draw new cards real quick.
Cecile, did you go yet?
Oh, Cecile, would you like to say you wait for this thing to become solid?
Oh, right.
Because you see that it's kind of flickering in and out.
Yeah, what are the... Like, I know one of the things that Cecile would want to do is, like, get up higher.
Mhm.
So whether there's something, like a beam hanging down from the roof, like from the ceiling or whatever, that she can, like, scramble up.
Go for it. Give me an athletics. I believe you get a huge bonus to this.
+2 for the Joker.
Plus another 2 for the Joker. I don't know. I keep forgetting what your combat athletics does. But you succeeded. You get up top. Yeah. You're up in the rafters now. Seems to be a safe spot from these wolves.
And she wants to stay up there, and basically when she sees one, like, come back, like, phase back in, is when she'd want to try to shoot.
With the Joker, you've got such expert timing that you can do it at any moment, including when one phases in. So,
Sweet.
go ahead and make that shot. You have a
Okay.
+2. All right.
Okay.
That is going to hit, actually.
Hey.
So go ahead and roll
That's
damage. That's a 30. You catch it right in the brain pan as it. You shoot
on.
at such timing that it phases into the laser beam.
Oh, I get it. Dara wasn't bad at rolling. Dara was saving all of their karmic luck for now.
I'm a firing my laser ball.
You take this one
One of us
out.
aced twice.
Wait, I'm
Oh, yeah.
sorry, I'm French Canadian. Les bois.
That's a lot of good rolls. All right, and with that, you take out the last of the phantom wolves that are willing to approach you. Seeing the violence to their brethren, the rest seem to be moving away. There is a plaintive howl in the distance, but things settle back. The snow has stopped falling, and the path ahead of you is clear to the street. You walk out onto the other side of the street, and you see down Broad Street to a big building with pillars in the front that says the Franklin Institute, except half of the building looks like it was smashed in. And that's where we're going to go to break.
We
So,
fucking
we'll
30.
join you soon, everybody back. We'll see you. Yeah. Go ahead, take a quick
okay.
rest.
We'll be back in a little bit, guys. Go be people for a minute, and we'll see you in a few.
Yeah. Go away, but then come back.
Bye.
Bye. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Rift's Gunmetal Soul. Our group is seeking something called the Franklin Key, and they have just made their way to something called the Franklin Institute. It is a interactive museum in Philadelphia, and has been partially smashed in. From where you're standing, you can see there are I'm trying to remember the layout a little bit. You can see what looks to be like if part of the building was a giant heart made of plastic. Like the
a
part of the building that's smashed
heart.
in has exposed what seems to be the inside of a human heart if part of the building was made of
Oh,
human heart and plastic.
so like a heart then, not like a heart, but like a
Yeah, not like a heart-shaped building, but like a human heart that you could walk through.
A large human heart inside of the building.
Yes.
Cool. Quick side question before we get too far into this building.
Mhm.
Did said orange weird glaze feel like said orange weird man that I felt out in fucking New Jersey?
Of course. Well, no, you weren't in New Jersey. You're still in PA.
Oh, okay, cool. Right off on
But
that
you were
sort of
giving
side
it
of the
much
border.
stronger vibes. Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool. I'm pretty sure that's Eldritch Gritty. Moving on. So yeah, so that building is half caved in.
Yeah.
At this point? Okay.
It looks like to be a several-story building. Let's say 4 stories. Actually, like 6 stories tall. It's got conic, whatever the pillars are.
Yep.
Pillars out front. I don't need to know what kind of pillars because you don't need to either. There is statues around out front that look mostly to be destroyed. One looks like you can see just bits of a base where it used to be copper. You see just like enough to say that there was a copper statue here, but someone took the copper statue and used it for something. There is some damage in the area of what seem to be some kind of fights. There is the unusable shell of a glitter boy that is half buried in dirt. I mean, it wasn't that alarming. I joke. The glitter boy is half buried in the dirt, and it looks like it has been for a long, long time, with any bits of metal kind of scraped to the side, and any exposed bits look like they've been cleaned out of electronics. Kari's like, I don't think I could do anything with that, but the copper, I would have taken the copper out of here long ago if I lived in this area. And you can see not far away, if you turn a bit to the west, there is a river that runs kind of not that a couple blocks down, and a bridge that leads across it. You can see that there are some hoof prints headed across this bridge. You get enough of that to know that they crossed the bridge here. But a little bit north of that bridge is a gigantic building with pillars as well, and a big set of stairs leading up to it. It's imposing and overlooking the river. It's got outside lights that are on. And it's starting to get towards later in the day, towards dark now. But the Franklin Institute in front of you has no lights on. There are some wildlife around. And actually, there's one other thing you'd notice. And it's kind of off and to the south. You start to see what looks like farms kind of sprouting up. A couple blocks down, you see what looks like they've taken things out and started to make farmland of a couple of areas.
Huh. Okay. All right. Okay, everybody, keep your eyes open for a key. Books.
Are we gonna talk about the big heart in the building? What is up with that?
Hmm?
Well, I mean, it's an institute of learning. How better to learn about a heart? She says, unsure of herself.
Textbook, drawings.
This is like both at once, except more tangible and tangible.
We'll put something in the chat so that you could see it.
See, tangible.
Wow,
that kid is touching that heart.
It is the Franklin Institute has a walk-through heart. Let me put this in the other chat as well.
Huh.
It's been a very long time since I've been there.
Wild.
Nearby, you see a couple of computer terminals. What looks to be a ball pit for some reason.
Goodbye, Cizir.
No.
And it looks like you can get in there pretty easily. So what I'm going to do to find the things you're looking for, I'm going to say, we're going to do, everyone give me some kind of thing you can do to search this place.
Okay.
That's what I want, because it's kind of an extended task, but it's more of a group task.
Okay. Where do you want to start? Game talk, boss man.
All right, let's go. Who's got one ready to go? Let's go with you then, Adelaide.
All right. Have I ever? Okay.
Attack.
It was a very pronounced. It was very like wow. Like you heard every letter involved in it. It made me very happy.
Had a G and an H on the end.
Wasn't even her fault.
That's innocent kittens, best kind. All right, so you said this building's largely dilapidated.
Yeah, large bits of it are missing, and it does seem like there was some war in the area a decent amount of time ago. And it does look like looters may have been through here before.
Okay. Then, to my thinking, while it distinctly lacks the chivalry usually associated with my psionic weapon, my thought is to go down, trying to find areas that look collapsed or entrances to potentially like lower basement levels that may be covered, and see if I can't cut a way in there to go looking around through areas that people wouldn't have been able to access because of the damage.
Gotcha. Go ahead. What kind of roll do you think would that be? Just
That's a
a.
fine question.
You know what? You give me a athletics
Okay.
to manage your way through the rubble into new areas.
I can absolutely do that. As I size up that situation, then what I'd love to do first is
Mhm.
cast Boost Trait,
Okay.
which is going to cost me an ISP. So
Mhm.
we're just going to see if I can get that off real quick. That's a
Okay.
7.
That's a success.
Fantastic. That's going to temporarily boost my athletics up to a D8. So give you that roll. E.
That is a 5. That's enough to get into some of the sub basements. You crack through what looks to be an old fire door that was kind of opened and then exploded and then fell in and then jammed in with rocks. You cut your way through the rocks to clear the door out of the way, in leading into a large area of sub basement where you can see it looks to be storage of displays. You see what looks to be some kind of massive jeweled gauntlet. You see what seems to be some kind of chair made of swords. You see
Hate
what
this.
looks to be a big electronic piece with a hose and a kind of nozzle attached to the end of it, and
Take it back. I
a
love this.
brown jumpsuit. You see some pages of comic book art as well.
Dead people are fucking weird.
Yeah. All right, so Hayden, how are you gonna help look through this place?
I'm gonna just see, like, we're in the Franklin Institute. We're kind of
Mhm.
nearby. We're close enough where if we're looking for something magical, I should be able to tell if there's something with any amount of magical power kicking around in this vicinity somewhere.
Yeah.
So Hayden is just kind of like walk into what closest to the middle of the building floor, just kind of
All right.
put the stick in the ground and then just kind of
Go ahead and give me whatever spellcasting roll you got.
look. Do. Boop.
You got a 10, which is a hit with a raise.
Boom.
You can get most of the building. The building was also, weirdly dense and made of materials, dense concrete, and then lined in the 50s with some kind of resistance material.
Yep.
But you're not getting a single magic signature aside from your compatriots. There's no magic here. Actually, there is very briefly some magic here, as you see one of the big cables kind of runs through part of this building,
Mm-hmm.
and down into a display by the heart. And a shock goes through it, and you hear, and the display lights up, and it goes, "The Bloodmobile, the Bloodmobile, a delivery service," and then it cuts out. Sounded like two nerdy guys from They Might Be Giants singing the song "The Bloodmobile,"
Yeah.
which was written for the Franklin Institute.
Yep.
But as you see it kind of fade away, you see something kind of reaching and pulling the signal back into the circuit. Like a spectral kind of energy-based demon claw kind of reaches for it, and it just fizzles, and then the demon claw looks like it gets
Sucked.
like it wants
Yeah.
to not be taken along the line, but it gets taken further down the line of the cable.
Huh. Hey, so I think what happens if anyone is watching Hayden is Hayden walks into the middle of the room, puts down, like, taps the staff on the ground, the skull eye sockets blaze to life as he sort of looks around, like just sort of fire licks the rim of it, sort of looks around, and then narrows in on this thing. There's weird Bloodmobile music, and then Hayden walks over to the cable and just kind of dunk dunk dunk. Hello?
Give me an
And that's
occult
it.
roll. This would be something you might actually know. I don't know how it works in your home dimension, but give me an
Me
occult roll.
neither. Let's find out. 8.
So that's a hit with a raise. The telegraph definitely existed.
Okay.
You're familiar
Yeah.
with Morse code and all that, but
Yeah.
occasionally a demon would get in the lines. And these demons were sometimes called gremlins.
Gotcha.
They liked to fuck with new technologies.
Yeah,
And
Hayden, Morse codes on the line. Knock if you need out. And then just kind of like crosses his arms and stares at this cable like he's expecting something to happen.
you hear a demonic voice kind of tapping, like kind of shaking down the line that says, "Fias." All right, so Rainier.
Oh. I have no idea because I was thinking magic, but
You could use magic in a different way. You could just use a straight up looking around notice. You could move stuff. You could go.
we're
Yeah.
inside or
Yeah, you are currently inside the building. If you want to be outside of the building and do something else, you can.
no?
But you're inside the building looking around. So the easiest thing to do would be to give me a notice.
Yeah, just basic look. A 5.
All right, that's a 5. As you move around, you do find a display that is old artifacts, or it says artifacts with an E, of Philadelphia inventors. And there's like an old stove and a couple other pieces, but it looks like the exhibit was being moved.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not, none of the things are in the exhibit currently. They would be kind of in the underground storage that Adelaide had opened up. So now you know that Adelaide is on the right track and probably gotten you very close, and you don't need to wander the rest of the building.
Okay.
All right, Cecile. Would you like to scavenge?
I would, but if we're looking for the keys here,
Mm-hmm.
I would want to use the heat scope on my rifle to help me discern shapes a little better in the building, and if I see anything that's, I don't know, the same shape as like a safe, I would want to find something like that. Something that has
Gotcha.
very defined edges.
So as you look around with the heat scope, you see a lot of cold areas where metal is, the stove is made out of metal. You see a giant metal contraption with a bunch of moving parts that really, as you scan it, you can see that a little bit of it is missing, but if you started a ball at the top, it would make a lot of noise and go a very interesting route on the way down. This is called a ball run. And you move down into the basement where Adelaide had opened up, and you start looking through. That big metal shiny gauntlet is made of plastic. Those swords that are used to make the chair are basically very thin and would never be used to attack someone. This is a prop. But you eventually, looking through the outsides of crates, which are strangely unmarked, you do find one that says the Franklin display, new pieces, recent, eventually, yeah, you eventually find one, and the slip on it says Franklin display, new, care of, Mr. Lee. Did I say Curtis Lee? I should write that down. So it says Curtis Lee.
It was earlier.
Charles Curtis Lee.
Cool. That's it.
CC Lee.
Cecily.
Lovely this time of year, I'm sure.
I was gonna say that was not some super clever attempt to have you land on the word Sicily.
That's fair. It was, my brain was too stupid not to do it, so I did.
I was like, that would be a very good way to make Sicily the clue in like a escape room or some shit.
It really would.
The You find the display, and it is like instructions for how to set up the kiting key. And you find in there a big metal, a pewterish looking key. It's like this.
Escape room.
It has
Oh.
Benjamin Franklin's face on it.
That's awesome. I'm so glad
Yeah.
you have one of these.
Yes. So, there doesn't seem to be any magic to it. It just seems like a key with some weird carvings on the base, on the bottom of it. There's weird carving on the, like an etched design, very subtly, on the base of it.
Cecilia's just staring at it for a moment. And, like, for a second, like, just because of all the other shit she's kind of gone through, she's like, it's just a key. And then she just goes, yeah, it's a key! It's like, I think I found it. Like, everyone hears it over the radio. I think I have it.
Oh, that's
Looks
convenient.
over, is holding a proton pack, tosses it aside.
Kari runs up, goes, ooh, it's not magic at all. Huh.
Okay.
Oh, I thought we were just looking for a key. I
mean-
knew it was magic, but I don't know if you know this, but I am not magic, so it's a little difficult for me.
Well, hang on. Do we know that it needed to be like did?
No, I just figured it
This-
would be.
Hey, speaking of which, just a heads up, I did a quick scan of this building. There doesn't seem to be anything magic in it besides for these static gremlins in the tube.
I don't like any part of that sentence.
Oh, the gremlins are in the cables. Yes, do not break the cables, please.
Right. Okay.
Once you get gremlins, it's hell to get them out.
You're saying that in a tone of voice that indicates that you might either have or be planning to mess with the cables, and that has me a little concerned.
I was just gonna send them back where they came from, but if we'd rather leave it alone, I guess that's an option too.
It seems like someone figured out a solution to a problem. I don't feel the need to recreate their problem.
All right.
The psychic that told you about this key, did they say anything about the state of the key, or did they simply say you will find a key in
Looking at
Philadelphia?
it.
Because
What is this on the bottom? 'Cause
key
when you put
carvings.
Wait. Why would you carve the base bottom? It wouldn't be good for a mechanical lock.
I have no idea.
Does anyone have any science skills?
I have hell of a cult,
No.
and I'm
I have
very
repair.
common.
That's
You
it.
have repair? Alright, Kyrie goes, what if it's a part of a computer system?
Bit of a logic leap, but enlighten me.
So,
Now I might be able to help.
computer systems often used some kind of drive, plug and play drives, USB drives, to authenticate things.
Wh- Pardon if I'm a little behind. What is a computer?
Oh boy.
It's a box that does math for you.
Oh, that sounds convenient.
It uses that math to draw pictures.
Okay, and you've lost me again. Because I was picturing like a fancy abacus, but like less of a pain.
She does that thing where someone who knows too much is bad at explaining it.
Yep.
And so it's like, oh no, you're absolutely right. It very much is a fancy abacus.
Oh,
But imagine the
okay.
abacus the size of this building put down into a chip that you could put on the end of a key.
I am having difficulty imagining that, so I'm just gonna come on down and join y'all. I'll be back.
So the key's a security fob for a computer system?
It looks like it unlocked. She just stares at it for a moment, and her eyes kind of go like roll back into her head.
Okay.
And then she comes back. It's one of three. Ow. I hate doing that. It always hurts me.
What was that?
Psychometry, reading objects. Ow.
Can
Oh.
everybody do a cool trick over here?
I mean,
And
what's your definition of a cool trick? Says Hayden coming down into the thing.
That? What just happened?
What? I missed it.
The curry knows there's 3 keys now. It's one of 3. It's
Oh,
you looked into that thing's past.
Yeah, I
I've seen
saw
other cyber knights do this before.
Charles Lee. It's not much of a power that I'm not good with it, but I can do it. Charles Lee built 3 keys to complete the Franklin network. He never thought he'd get approval, so he hid them.
okay. I am right and proper lost. What is the Franklin network?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, good to know that I'm not the only one who's lost then.
Is the
It doesn't.
Did you get the sense that it was something dangerous or powerful, or should we be worried? Is my primary.
The Franklin network is something. I don't know. I'm trying to focus on it, but it fled my brain very quickly. I didn't feel panicked. It felt smart, the Franklin network.
Okay. So we need to find 2 more of these keys to turn on this smart network.
Well, we've seen one of the other keys, I think.
Oh, is it the
Yeah.
one back in the library?
Yes.
Well, that'll do it. So we need 1 more of these keys, and then we need to go back to the library and get the other one.
Do they all look the same, like that one, or do they have different shapes?
They
Does
would.
that one look
the
the
other.
same?
This one looks the same as the one that was in
In the
the library.
All right, cool.
But yeah, none of you studied it in detail to see.
Don't
the
suppose
computer patterns
anyone.
on the bottom.
Nope. Don't suppose anyone can just sense key.
I might be able to help with hack key.
Okay.
Unfortunately, my psionic abilities are somewhat limited in scope.
Okay. What scope is that exactly? Because I know a little bit about what you.
Zoom makes a sword. Gestures
Okay.
towards.
Gotcha. All right.
They mostly involve this and making me better at this.
Okay. All right.
But I've been practicing. I'm working on it. It's a growth process.
Is that thing made of metal?
Yes. This seems to be, I don't know, a pewter composite. I wouldn't lick it.
Well, yeah, no. More to the point, because again, I'm still a little behind on what exactly it is. But if you make something like this, I assume it's got to be made out of very specific material, right? Like
Well,
metal
the material
and
isn't the important part so much as the pattern on the bottom.
no, yeah, but like, what is the pattern made? Is it carved in? Like, is it like? How does
Lasers.
Okay,
You know what?
okay, no, go
Sincere,
further. You got to dumb
said-
it down. Where does it plug in? How does it plug into whatever the box is?
The 2 patterns are different. It looks like this is the one that has made a connection before. You can tell by the wear on the connector.
There's a wire. Okay, cool,
yes,
great.
there's a wire.
Keep that base level. Where are we at?
Yes, I would find a thing and put it in. But the bottom half,
Okay.
Sincere, could you scan this and see if you could do anything with it? I don't know. So go ahead and roll a hacking, Sincere.
Sweet.
Ooh.
Hacking is computer skills, by the way. Just all computer skills. All right, you got a 10. That's a hit with a raise.
Pretty good.
Not only is the bottom part of the key is instructions.
Oh.
And it says, in order to unlock the Franklin network, you must assemble all 3 parts. I've hidden this treasure hunt with the keys so that people will learn to love learning in the places that I love learn to love it as well. this leads to a basically a copy of a wiki page about Charles Curtis Lee, a programmer and tech visionary whose small company was bought out by Cyberworks, but then went to work for Cyberworks as well on artificial intelligence. And a list of endowments is is part of the page, and it talks about being endowing an endowment in the Magic Gardens, an endowment in Penn University, an endowment in the Free Library, and an endowment in the Franklin Institute, and other charitable things.
Okay, so
Okay.
a list of locations that I am absolutely going to need again.
All right, so it is the
Magic Gardens,
the Magic Gardens, Penn University,
Free
and
Library Institute.
and the Free Library.
Okay.
And the Franklin Institute, which
So
you
of the
already
two-
did.
Understanding.
The two we haven't done is Penn University and
The Magic
Magic
Gardens, yeah.
Gardens.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Cool. So there's 3 keys, and we know where 2 are. We've got 1. There's the second one in the library, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So this is the point, Kari, where I turn to you and say, in the strictest sense, what we were hired to do, help you find the key. Now, the key has turned into 3 keys, which is a wider scope of the wondrous adventure we've all been sent on here. But the nature of the key has also revealed itself to be something wholly different than whatever the hell it was you were looking for. Forgive me, but is this worth our time? Should we be searching this thing down? Is this a good idea?
I would like to know.
Okay, fair.
You could just. I want to know what the Franklin network is. Is it even still operational? Could it be operational? I don't know. Someone laid a puzzle out hundreds of years ago. And I very much would like to find it. The other pieces.
Okay. Well, if we know where one is, then we should probably go looking for the others that we don't know where they are. We got 2 locations left from this list then, the Magic Gardens and Penn University, because I think it's fair to say we're not going to find another key in this dump. No offense, dump.
You do find all kinds of other keys while you were looking for keys, but none of them were special keys. Janitor's keys, etc. Et
So you're just
Oh,
like,
nice.
jingle keys.
Sierra comes back with like 7 key loops. Like, any of these? It's like, no.
I found more.
Don't eat those. Not for eating.
Good.
If those come back out of you, I'm not cleaning it up.
Is there a safe in this building?
There are a
Yes,
number
Sierra
of locked places where they did keep items coming through, because it is somewhat of a museum. They used to have big displays of like movie props and those ones that like Tour the Country would come through.
Mm-hmm.
Like artifacts from 120 years of Disney. Or 200 years of Disney was an upcoming one that you see a pamphlet for.
Huh.
For yourself and Thresher.
I hate that. Yeah.
What are you thinking over there? With your
Would you like to find a lock and pick it? Is that what you were asking to do?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Deal.
Sly Cooper mode has activated. I
Yes.
want to do a steal.
okay, so give me a thievery check.
oh boy.
because the electronics have automatically shut off. There is no way to activate any of the electronics. But you roll a 7, which is enough to get through 2 of the bigger vaults. You
Ooh.
do see a number of art objects from well-known movies, including a parts of a lion costume and a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle costume. It looks like it has been put through some kind of restoration.
Huh.
Raphael's head in a
Yeah.
safe.
So you basically find a bunch of ancient props that could sell to the right purchaser for a boost in your funds, and they're not too difficult to carry if you put them on the horse and then carry them to the bus.
Yep.
Yeah, she's gonna want to take something.
Yeah.
Is anywhere nearby while she's doing this?
No,
Did
I'm
you
sitting
roll
there
to-
looking at the key situation, going like, "Oh God, I don't know about all of this. What do you think, Damn it!
He just like, oh yeah, she left.
Of course you did."
Where's Rainier?
Probably just like standing, kind of staring out at the snow, but also kind of keeping an eye out for stuff.
So you're kind of watching outside.
Yeah, while
Okay.
Adelaide is negotiating whatever.
All right, give me a notice then.
Sure, I can do that. Oh, good, I removed my stuff.
Cecily's mumbling to herself while she takes
You got a
things.
4. I need to roll a dice real quick.
I love the idea that that's the cutaway, is that we lose track of Cecile, and then it's just that external shot with Rainier looking around outside, and then just Cecile just through the back.
Rainier, you look around and you don't see anything too abnormal, but you do notice a puddle in the snow.
Like, the snow is randomly melted in a spot?
Yes, as if something stood there and gave off heat. It's a distance away. You'd have to, like... No one got that close to you, but...
Okay. Am I by, like, a door, or is it just a window?
You're by the exploded opening, by the heart.
Oh, okay. Is Hayden doing anything at the moment?
Hayden is inside staring at this key, trying to puzzle his head around a computer. But if you ask him to do something, he will come out and do it.
Yeah, after Cecile did the hacking, everyone was reading the article and Cecile disappeared during that. But Kari goes, well, which way would you like to go? We could go back to the library, which it sounds like you think we should do last. We could check the university, which if you look at the map was printed, is across the bridge. And if you want to check the Magic Gardens, that is on looks at the map, South Street. Not that far from here.
I want to confer with everyone, but I'm more inclined to stay away from our friendly friends across the bridge with the horses for the time being. So the gardens, then, staying away from the university.
Hayden, what do you think?
Well, I mean, I'm just kind of here for the ride, and so wherever anybody wants to go, I'm okay with it.
You vote present, okay.
Yep.
So we have one vote. Does anyone else have a vote? No? No one else actively has a vote? Okay. All right. Well,
Particularly.
we will head towards the Magic Gardens then.
Did Rainier go get Hayden for the
Yeah.
puddle?
Did you
No,
need-
he's
yeah.
still
Yeah.
kind of like, if you guys are just talking, they're still kind of just looking out
Yeah,
the
that's
door.
just over the radio.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
All right, no point staying down here then.
Fair
You,
enough.
like, point at Kari. Hang on, put safe. You've got safe things. You're a techno wizard. Put it in a safe place.
Puts it in her inside pocket.
That'll have to do. All right. Let's get the hell out of here.
All right.
So, Sarah, I don't know where you are, but we're leaving, and whatever you've taken, I don't want to know.
Well, it does not fit in my pack.
The
You're
thing
going
that you
to know.
didn't take, I don't want to know about it. Just don't want to know about it.
Nobody's here to claim it. It's fine.
Alright, well. If it's not gonna fit in your pack, where are you gonna put it?
It'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Alright.
I'm extremely worried.
Yep, Hayden will leave.
Same.
Need to check something.
Oh.
What's up?
Are you on your way?
Yeah, we're coming out.
Good. And if they're on their way, and they weren't far, right?
No.
Then Grenier will walk over and, like, cautiously over to the puddle and look for footprints or any evidence as to what the fuck was standing there.
Give me a notice.
Okie dokie.
All right. You got a 4, which isn't terrible.
I
Would you
lost
like to
bennies. I'm gonna
reroll?
re-roll it.
Gotcha. Aiming for that raise.
God fucking shit.
You didn't get it. You got a 3 and a 1, which is
One more
worse.
try.
Okay. You got another
Still
4.
4. All right, useless. Cool.
All right. So you do know someone. Now that you get up to the spot where it is. Clearly, it's about a foot, about a 3 foot around, like one person standing in one spot. But if they are giving off heat, you can see that they headed back south. They didn't melt so much as they were moving, but when they were standing still, they melted a little area.
Okay.
There's not exactly a trail of them leaving, so whoever did this kind of knew what they were doing. And at one point, you find a alleyway with another little melted part where they kind of... That's the last you see of any evidence of this person's maneuvering from down here. But you are in an alleyway, and the buildings start to get a little more solid. They're about 4 stories tall here, and they look to be less dilapidated. The ones here seem to be pretty, beaten up by the years and time, and no one living in them. But you can see down the street is farmland. And the buildings down that way look a little more occupiable.
Sorry, following the trail of someone warm.
Want to expand on that a little bit?
So not like me, I assume.
Or me. They melted a puddle in the snow, standing there.
You think someone's following us?
I don't know. It's entirely possible. We were being stalked by wolves before.
Well, which way did they head?
Farmland? Maybe? There's houses over there.
South.
Okay. South. Great. We're going south anyway. So, whoever they are, let's go say hi.
Does this standing puddle feel magic?
Give me an occult roll.
Cool. Let's do that.
Oh, can I check the one in the alley? Because
That's pretty good.
Never mind. Fuck it. You
17.
You do you.
You've seen the aftermath of bursters before.
Oh.
This isn't exactly unlike that. Those are psychics, though.
Right.
But standing here, you start to get... It smells like you get a faint hint of scent. For you, you'd think of it as a lady's perfume, probably. You wouldn't think of it as a, Tide Pod or a, dryer sheet.
Gotcha. Yeah, the
that's the hint
association.
of scent. Yeah,
Gotcha. The association is different. Great.
yeah. What I'm thinking of specifically is like an air freshener hint of
Evergreen.
clean. It's not evergreen.
Okay.
It's fresh.
Huh.
And flowery.
Smells clean.
Clean. I mean, snow
Yeah.
has that effect on everything.
No, I mean, right, but like, no, snow smells like I don't know if you've ever smelled water, right? But like, water smells like water, and snow smells like water. This smells different. This is clean. Like, fresh out of mom's laundry, clean. You know what I mean?
I don't think I want. You
Oh.
said we're heading that way, right?
Yeah, we're headed that way anyway, and last I checked, nobody's ever been killed by laundry before.
Sorry, I should clarify. It smells like clean, but it's like I was looking for magic when I did that. Whatever magic smells clean.
Clean magic.
I should
Okay.
specify.
Oh, clean magic's better than dirty magic, right?
I am uncertain.
If you come up to the alley, Rainier's just sniffing, like.
I start and stop to say two different things, then I try to smell the air. Give up at some point and go.
Do either one of us smell anything?
You kind of have to be looking for magic to catch the whiff of it.
Oh. I mean,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not something I can do.
No. But you see, you're coming up on the other side of that alley is South Street. And down South Street is where the magic gardens are.
Oh. Oh, goody. All right. Oh, shall we?
Yeah, I guess. Why not?
Let's get moving.
As you walk
here, we're moving again.
Wait, no,
south.
I just hold up. No, wait a second.
Or we're waiting a second. It turns out.
No, I mean we can walk, but like melting
Scratch it,
snow.
we're walking again.
Smells clean and kind of flowery. Gardens. This is a you thing, isn't it? And like Hayden is like jabbing a bony finger in the direction of Rainier.
I really hope not, but it's possible.
Oh, well, shit.
Listen, I don't want to run into Summer. Actually, I want to run into them less than you do. Because on top of everything, well, I'd really rather not get another message.
Well, best of luck in not getting one. But we are going that way, so...
As you head... Oh, sorry.
As soon as everyone starts moving again.
Yeah.
There's like a moment where like you just hear the crunching of the snow of you guys moving, and then all of a sudden you hear... And then...
Sizord.
From inside the building, like behind where you guys came out of, you see Cecir's silhouette is very different now. And she's wearing what looks like a giant, very ill-fitting helmet with like a face part down, like flipped down. And then you just hear, through like a voice changer almost inside, you hear, Adelaide, am I a cyber knight now? As she like whips out the lightsaber prop from Star Wars. But she is wearing Dark Helmet's helmet from Spaceballs.
From Spaceballs 3, the third ending.
Good. All of this is beautiful. Thank you so much for all of this. This is great. Oh boy.
And she
Thanks.
poses with the lightsaber as if she is Adelaide.
Now, I'm
spun
going to be
around.
honest. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Having spun around with my scythe sword drawn, such as it is, reflexively from the terrifying noise coming from behind that snuck up on me, stops,
Excuse me.
stares. I want you to know that it's a good thing I have a code so that I can't be offended. But if I was the sort to be annoyed by such things, you'd be in so much trouble right now. You'd be in so much trouble right now.
Honestly, I don't know why you're offended. It does kind of look like you a little.
Shut up. No, 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 no.
I'm saying
Yes,
the
Cyber
drop-
Knights don't wear black.
No. Thank you for a start.
Except that one who was wearing a leather jacket, and that other
That's-
one on the motorcycle.
Different. We are resplendent. Okay, it's.
Okay,
I know
All right, but that that
it's-
sword is glowing, so
that does not. Rainier glows.
yeah, but that's ice though.
We
That's like a light beam, you know? Like that's the
Typically,
closest thing
Rainier
I've seen.
glowers more glowers than glows.
No, that's
I
true.
hate
No,
this.
that's also
I hate
true.
all of this. I hate all of you. I hate everything. I hate this city. I hate you. We'll talk later. I'm going this way. I'm gonna go fight the thing that's. Don't. No, that is not. That is.
Anyways, I think what ends up
mm-mm.
happening is Hayden and Cecile start doing lightsaber fighting with the stick and the lightsaber, like in the back as they're walking.
Perfect.
15 years I trained on the side of that map. 15 years!
What it takes to offend.
You know how many nights and days and weeks I spent meditating?
Is that
And
with
then
pay?
years?
You do realize how much older than you I am, right?
No respect. No
So
respect. None.
any amount of time you've spent training, I've probably doubled it.
It's an ancient order, all right? It's very sacred and important. Thank you.
I thought you didn't. I thought you didn't. I thought you didn't like them so much, though, right?
I like them just fine. No, I'm fine.
Oh.
Still, they just don't. I have a philosophical disagreement that resulted in a war, okay? That's the thing that's complicated.
like several steps past dislike, I would think.
Oh
No, it's.
I don't think you have any right to criticize me and my dislike of the other court.
You can dislike whomever you wish. And you. So I look at. Who do I want to address first here, actually? As I look at Hayden, and you. Shut up. Just shut up. Just stop talking. And you look at Cecile. I thought you were sneaky. Why do you have a helmet that breathes? That's messed up. I hate all of this.
I do need air. That's a set point. Is the face front part just like flips up?
How are you even breathing in that thing?
I mean, there's lots of room on the bottom. I am not that big.
It looks oversized, to be honest.
It is very oversized.
Like
but
it would fit
it's-
one Canadian and look oversized on them.
Ironically,
I am one Canadian.
Yes.
There you go. I am apparently a system for measurement, and I will take it, I guess.
Damn Canadians
But,
use damn Americans use anything as a system of measurement besides metric.
Even
One Canadian
Canadians.
in size.
How many more Rainuses?
All
right.
dressed Canadian.
So looking down the street is cleaned. Except all the buildings, some of them are still rubble. But those that are still standing are painted with murals on the front of them. With art, and some of them are inlaid with tile murals. You see more tile murals as you get closer and closer down South Street. until you come to one building. On the front is tiled a tulip. It is 3 stories high. And I think that's where we're going to leave it for the evening.
Just all Rainier does is throw their hands up in the air.
Ah!
Yes, let's go.
Just the snow was here, and now I have to go back into summer shit. God damn it!
It's it's gonna be hot and humid just to be
Just
obnoxious.
extra insulting.
They can't just do hot. They can't do dry heat. No.
Turns, looks, glares, breath appears, given how cold it is outside, and just.
Go make friends then.
Anyway.
Will. I make friends all over the place. People love me. People love Cyber Knights. We're defenders of truth and justice.
Yeah, but those two on the bridge earlier hadn't heard of you.
Yeah, well, they suck.
It's the benefits of being a frontier justice is you are on the frontier. Sometimes people know, and other times they do not.
Just don't.
Yeah.
So you are you're kind of on the edge of what appears to be the Magic Gardens farms, with the symbol of a summer court affiliation in front of you. And so that's where we're gonna pick it up next time.
Yay.
Okay.
All right. So let's go around and tell people where they can find us and do stuff, but I think it's pretty much all the same place. So, Ramasa, you probably have some other places.
No, actually. Hi, I'm Rymasa. You can find me on the Bluebird Hell site at RY0MASA. That is, I believe, the only place you can find me currently, besides there and this show.
Okay.
Boom.
I love it. Kevin puts ball on tee. Rio picks up ball, throws it back at Kevin.
Picks up tea and throws it at Kevin.
Yeah, checking back in September, I might have something for you. Like,
you have long-term projects in real life that you are working on.
I do. All of my projects are long-term because I'm very lazy.
All right, and Dara.
Hi everybody. You can find me at Wildcat Dura also on the Bluebird Hell site, as let's put it, but also Instagram, TikTok, and here on Twitch, where I stream on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Variety streamer, so I stream a little bit of everything. So definitely swing by. You can also find me at Devil's Luck Gaming here on Twitch on Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern for our Final Fantasy XIV tabletop game, where I am the Aura dancer of our light party. Oh man, we're getting close to like some good, solid end shit. So I'm very excited about that. We just fought a dragon. That was cool. Our dragoon was like, "Let's go."
I've heard of those.
Your
They're scary.
Your dragoon left the stream, but then came back dealing double damage.
You're pretty much.
Jumped out of frame and landed back in the chair.
And then of course you can find me here on Mondays for this.
Well, thank you. All right, Fox.
Hey folks, I remain Fox Barrett. You can find me here Monday nights
In this register.
in this register. Actually, I'm a little dry, so I can't really do that voice anymore. Yeah, and I think we are doing another. I think Magic continues on Thursday nights over on Devil's Luck. So we've got Commander lined up. We're going to be cracking into those 40k Commander decks this week. So we're actually going to have a 4-player, 4-up.
Right, that's a thing.
It is. A bunch of 40k happened on that channel recently, and so now we're going to be chasing it with a little bit of magical Commander, or magical 40k, whatever. Words. We're going to be playing a card game on Thursday. You can come check it out. Other than that, I'm a ghost. I don't do anything anymore. You can find me in Austin, Texas, sitting on my ass.
Honestly, mood.
And Riley.
Hi everybody, I'm Riley. You can find me here juggling cats.
Oh,
Also, this is
Buddy.
my page. You can find me here on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I stream video games of some variety. It's gonna be Diablo or Final Fantasy 14. Just depends on what mood strikes me tomorrow. And then also on Friday is our Rogadin Gunbreaker in the Final Fantasy game. Devil's Love
Alright.
Gaming.
Thank you very much. My name is Kevin. You can find me at Bisonic Kevin on the Tumblrs, because the Bluebird Hell site is a hell site that I have abandoned.
Good.
You can find my wife's amazing knitwear work at lattesandllamas.com for amazing patterns and awesome stuff there. All right, so and
Oh, I
yeah.
never
so
raid. Give me a second.
it's okay. We are gonna look up a raid real quick, find some cool people to go hang out with for a bit, and I hope you enjoyed tonight's wandering session.
I can buy time with a flavor choice I made after the hacking thing happened
Mm-hmm.
that I didn't get to describe.
Oh, okay.
When she goes to hack something, she takes out what is essentially like an OBD scanner for a car,
Oh, okay.
but it has like a few more like attachments and compartments attached to it. And that's like where she keeps all of her hacking materials and everything. Is just it's built into the OBD scanner. It's the thing that scans your car's computer.
Yeah.
And she just hacked shit out of that to make it work for hacking other shit.
Nice.
So we're gonna raid Marie Gray, who's not playing tabletop, but she is playing Borderlands, so it's thematic.
Fun.
Close enough.
Borderlands 2.
Tables have borders and are on land.
Lands.
So, yeah, copy paste that so she knows where you came from, and have fun.
Wild.
See you next week, everybody.
Peace.
Prove me wrong, atheists.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Checkmate, atheists.
Or don't, agnostics.
Woke moralists.
Yeah,
We'll see
bye.
who can't.